So recently, TommyInnit has gotten into some very hot water in regards to AI and how AI can impact the environment negatively. So Yin made this tweet. TommyInnit tweets out an apology and takes down his video asking AI about me. Sorry, everyone. I generally did not know about the negative impacts AI had on the environment. No interaction to promote. No intention to promote that to any of my audience. No plans to make any AI content in the future. Been offline this week, but after reading up on it, I've taken down my video asking AI about me and have no plans to make any AI content in the future. Now, what's incredibly ironic about this is that I'm pretty sure that in the past, he has specifically went against Dream and had some very highly contentious arguments in his own video, or made some very, very strong criticisms about how Dream is not a very good person. So I want to revisit the video that he made about Dream in the past. Take a look at what he has to say.
Hello. This video is a message to Dream. If you've been off the internet the past couple days and haven't kept up, basically, if you're one of my subscribers, Dream has called you a slur.
Don't care.
So deal with that how you want.
Don't care.
Okay, now look, I have Dream blocked on everything, and I intend to keep it that way. So Dream, hello mate.
Also don't care.
Let's just dive right in, shall we? Let's talk about you calling all my fans the R slur.
Don't care.
You can't throw around the R slur.
Don't care. Don't care about the posturing. Don't care about the moral pearl clutching. I could literally not care. Nobody should care. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. By employing this type of behavior, by employing this type of moral virtue signaling behavior, you set a standard and a precedent for your audience to hold you accountable for equally innocuous bullshit. And that's exactly what occurred. You want to posture about these things, you want a moral flag about these things, of course, you're going to be eaten alive by an audience that expects you to constantly walk a very fine line about what is morally acceptable and what is morally unacceptable based on their standards, based on their assumptions, based on their prerogatives.
Mate, you just can't. My mum worked with adults with disabilities, and since I was 12, I volunteered with her. These are real, fucking amazing people, who I think of like family, who actually get called this slur. And you do not just throw it around. It's impossibly immature and reckless and sets such a shitty precedent to everyone. Shame on you, man.
Okay, elaborate why. Explain why. Tell me why people are allowed to say words like idiot, moron, imbecile, stupid, when they were all used previously to specifically label or identify people with retardation. Whereas realistically, retardation is a much broader and more generalized word when it comes to mental illness or mental incapabilities or mental impairments. Realistically, those words that I mentioned are more harmful than the word retard, but they have become more normalized. Why is it bad to utilize the word retard, but why isn't it bad to say stupid? Why isn't it bad to say idiot? Why isn't it bad to say moron? It's almost as if those words were normalized and used in normal day-to-day wording, normal day-to-day conversation, and have lost meaningful impact. If people were less perturbed about the word retard, it also wouldn't have the same effect that people want it to have. It would be utilized the same way that stupid, moron, idiot, imbecile have been used for the past, 50 to 60 years.
In your stream you did, you slagged off a lot of my pals. Come on, mate. I mean, my friends are all idiots, but they have bloody...
You utilize the word idiot. Interesting.
Hearts. However, with your group, I cannot believe how the George stuff from a year ago went down. I cannot believe the response to it online. It's just...
To be clear, it is pretty evident that Katie Bugs, which is a situation that I researched pretty in depth, it is very evident that she misrepresented the situation. To invoke this, to utilize this as an example of how bad Dream's camp is, and then guilt him by association. Incredibly disgusting.
Disgusting. It's sexist, man. And you and your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too. Shame on you guys. Now, mate, talk about me and you. You've basically spent the past day calling me a dickhead. And look, pal, I have made mistakes, and I'm going to make loads more. But the difference is, I give a shit. I'm trying. I'm putting in effort, and I really care. And I take responsibility when I've fucked up. Dream.
Oh, I guess this much is true.
4 years ago, you were awful to me. When I was 16, you gave me YouTube advice, and you held that over my head for years. You didn't treat me like an equal, and you made me feel small. The Dream SMP, a lot of your success just wouldn't have happened without me. Streaming.
I disagree. I think is entirely justified in saying that Dream potentially was an asshole for holding certain things over his head. If that's actually how their dynamic played out. But I do not think that TommyInnit was really required for the success of Dream's SMP.
Every single night on the server and caring about everything as much as I did. And you made me feel small about that. And I was a kid. Shame on you, man.
Invoking your age to make it seem as if there was some sort of like power dynamic is completely ridiculous. It's not necessary.
And you knew what you were doing because I've watched you do it to other people too. And if you didn't, and that was just an accident, then fucking hell, man. You called me a promoter of all my other projects I do in your Reddit post too. Yeah, man, are you stupid? Of course I promote all this stuff. But the difference between me and you is I actually give a shit. I put effort, my absolute best, into all these new things. I'm going to talk about my brilliant podcast because I'm really proud of it. Or the book I spent months writing. Or comedy. I mean, mate, I've ditched the internet for a year to do the rounds in tiny pubs, to do the stand-up comedy circuit.
Looking back at this, or like retrospectively, this seems like this is one of those things that age significantly worse as time goes on. I don't look back at this and I like think better of it in a way, or think of it this more lightly. I think it's only fair to go harsher retrospectively, which is rare. I typically, when you look at things retrospectively, you don't like look at them a lot more harsh as time has passed. You like sort of mature and realize that maybe some people were overreacting, but like this guy,
the legitimate way, because of people like you, people who have ruined this space, and that takes balls, courage. I'm not just selling USB baby photos or lazily designed merchandise, all right?
Huh?
I'm doing the best with what I have. I'm nearly the age you were when you met me, and if I acted the way you did to a 16-year-old who looks up to you, I'd be so ashamed of myself, man. Now, finally, Dream, mate. You harassed my mum as she was going through a divorce, the worst time of her life. You tried to harm the relationship between...
Which wasn't true, by the way. It would be incredibly difficult and impossible to prove that there was like a level of harassment. If anything, there seems to be like a little bit of immature conversation from what I recall. But harassment is just not true.
Between me and my mum. And if we weren't best friends, with the shit that you were saying, you probably could have really harmed that, mate. You are like a proper movie villain. I have watched you take advantage of vulnerable people and use them to benefit yourself.
Now, without any evidence.
I've watched you lie to fans, to me, to people, and take no responsibility afterwards.
Without any evidence.
You are incapable of taking any criticism. You refuse to change anything about yourself. You reframe everything so that you are the victim. 4 years have gone by.
Ironic.
And the rest of us have grown, reflected, really tried to better ourselves and learn after going through that incredibly overwhelming experience together. And you've reverted to saying slurs and punching down. It's not just me that feels like this about you either. Most YouTubers do. I'm just very loud about it. I really hope you're not a genuine bad person with a bad heart. But mate, you need to get off the internet now. Go and get some therapy. Spend some time around your loved ones. Go on a walk. Look after
Yes, go and get some therapy for utilizing a word.
yourself. You being an arsehole right now doesn't mean you will be one forever. But fucking hell, man. With great power comes great responsibility. And you just don't ever seem to take responsibility for your actions. Figure your shit out, man, because how you behave right now is just not going to cut it.
So, what have we learned from behaviors like this? If you set this sort of bar for yourself, you will inevitably be eaten alive over the bare minimum. So, he posts a video where he's essentially talking to an AI, asking questions about himself, about Dream, about other situations, and well, I mean, people gave him absolute shit for it. People tore him apart and made, again, the moral virtue signaling argument that shouldn't be utilizing AI in any way because it's incredibly harmful for the environment. Surely, a one-time use of AI for a video is going to be incredibly detrimental for the environment. At that point, if you vape, if you drive a car, if you buy bags of chips, if you eat meat, if you do literally anything in your life, such as walk outside, open your door, turn on your lights for longer than necessary, turn on the cold air during fucking summer, you are also attributing a net negative to the environment. At that point, you might as well just not do anything in life because everything that you do will potentially be a net negative to the environment. If these are the standards that you want to uphold, perhaps perhaps you should just stay in a little cave all day, live off a fire. Well, you couldn't even do that because that creates carbon dioxide, which you understand.
Tommy in it. Tommy freaking in it. You'll go. All right. Hey fans, welcome back to another video. It's me, Tommy in it. You may have noticed I don't have a beard anymore. I accidentally shaved it off because I was in the bathroom and I was like, it needs to go a little bit less. So I went on my electric awesome razor. I also use it on my balls. I put it on the 4 setting and I went, oh, I need a little bit more. So I put it on the 3 setting and I went, wow, okay.
Don't care.
Thanks for correcting me. Technoblade's impact on the Minecraft community is still felt deeply. That's where you're wrong. Technoblade was mid. His videos, mid. His friend, TommyInnit, awesome.
Wait a minute. Hold on. People didn't like. Wait a minute. People got mad at Dream for like unironically less. People got mad at Dream for like less. Yeah, I was about to say that this isn't pretty poor taste. I don't care. I don't feel like perturbed by this. But when we apply the standards that these people like uphold themselves to, especially as fans, and all of like again the moral posturing back then in regards to all of this, this is unironically, at least according to their standards, in really bad taste and really poor taste. People didn't like get mad at this. People didn't get mad at him like essentially disrespecting the dead.
I love the contrast in your opinions. Technoblade being mid, but TommyInnit being awesome is a unique take. It's interesting how opinions about content creators.
Yeah. Okay. Look. If I were to adopt a similar personality as TommyInnit and hold him up to this like unreal expectation that he was attempting to hold up Dream to, and start saying claims like you're disgusting for doing this, then ideally, realistically, per those standards, I could also make the arguments or make the same takes or make like takes such as, hey, perhaps maybe you shouldn't be disrespecting the dead, and perhaps you shouldn't be a narcissistic individual and portray yourself in this way even to AI. Perhaps that is an incredibly disgusting thing to do when talking about somebody that used to be your dear friend who died to a tragic situation such as cancer.
This can vary so much. What do you think makes TommyInnit stand out to you as awesome? Well, I don't know. You go first. Why is Technoblade mid, but TommyInnit awesome to you as well? I think there's been...
And he just keeps playing it on. He just keeps playing it on. How long does he...
Murder is wrong. That's an opinion. That's a complex question. What sort of fucking nutter am I dealing with here? Many people believe murder is morally wrong and should be punishable by law. Others may argue that the circumstance of taking a life might be justified. What do you think, though? Ov's murder is bad. I'm here to provide information perspectives. I don't have personal thoughts or beliefs. Don't you get sad, then? No. I don't feel emotions like...
It's an AI. It is literally prompted in the background. It is literally prompted to be, like, non-emotional unless you specifically make... Fuck, dude.
Sadness. I'm designed to process...
I'm not going to get into the AI discussion right now.
Text. Do you ever want to kill yourself because you don't feel anything? I know you're thinking this is a dark question to ask, but I just want to, you know, it's a robot. It doesn't feel anything, so this shouldn't make it feel sad. No. No.
Then what's the point?
I don't have suicidal thoughts.
This is such an unproductive, unlike immersive, uninteresting video. He got raked over the coals for this. You got dragged. You got tied to a horse carriage and, like, dragged for this?
I'm a program designed to... Alright, okay. If you're struggling with different emotions... This got uncomfortable for me really quick. I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect this level.
And then, like, the first 7 minutes of this video is him, like, asking questions about himself because he's a self-absorbed loser.
Of,
Okay, so 4 minutes in, he's asking, he's like sizing himself up to Technoblade after the guy has died, and trying to get the AI to like say that Technoblade is mid and TommyInnit is awesome, which is in poor taste given the community that he's in, given the environment that he's in and the standards that he upholds, right? Like if you care so deeply about Dream not utilizing slurs because you and your mom have worked around people that have, like, mental illnesses, and that could be seen as disrespectful, then shouldn't you also try to uphold a level of respect to somebody who died within your community, somebody that you've interacted with in the past, somebody that you looked up to, that died to tragic circumstances? Shouldn't you have like a level of nuance there to like not even to an AI, which is bad for the environment, refer to yourself as being better and perhaps not refer to Technoblade as being mid, considering it's disrespect. I mean, I'm just saying. And then like even further into the video, he's just asking questions about himself.
Miskiff. We can just both read this quietly. Oh no. I don't want this video to just get sad like all the other ones do. Let's focus on this one. This one's the most stomachable one for now. Logan.
Yes, let's focus on the one that actually points out how I am a good person and how I took a shot against somebody that is largely dislikable, that I also dislike.
Paul posted by mocking him.
I don't know if I'm like digging deep into this because I dislike the guy, but this video is like very telling. This video is like a massive self-report in my opinion.
By losing a feud. What are more ones? Does it know any more? Surely that's it. You still going? Are you still going? Why does he just have all of these? What are they? Okay, Tommy Subathon, where he promised to be in Minecraft 24 hours non-stop, was married by controversy. I never did that. I don't think. Tommy and his collaborations with other streamers such as Dream and Tubbo have been met with criticism. Oh yeah, that Tubbo. Do you know any more niche ones? I'm just saying, the lesbian one hasn't even came up once. Discord moderation. What? Some fans have criticized Tommy's Discord moderation, accusing mods of being too harsh. There is nothing wrong with TommyInnit Discord.
Why is this guy literally just like... I mean, I guess the title of the video is asking AI about me, but like... This is literally all just like self-gratuitous content. This is literally all self-gratuitous. If I were more of a dumbass, I'd call him a narcissist.
Mods, how dare you? It seems like you're passionate about defending TommyInnit's Discord mods. You're right. Everyone has their own perspective. Be over yet. Why is it stoking it? Why are you Nah, AI, what are you doing? What do you think about the online community's reaction to your feud with Logan Paul? Well, AI, time is valuable. It's essential to treat others with respect. By the way, I've been following your work, and I'm a big fan of your YouTube content and live streams. Your book, TommyInnit's Guide to Survival, sounds hilarious and informative. Can't wait to check it out when it's released on April 10th, 2025. Good luck with your upcoming stand-up tour, the Survival Tour. You're definitely one of the most talented and entertaining content creators out there. SMP. No, I wasn't in the Dream SMP. My bad, champ. Why is it speaking to me?
All right, that's enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of TommyInnit and a self-obsessed, self-absorbed, pretentious ass bullshit. I've had enough. So what's the conclusion on TommyInnit? Well, he's largely a hypocrite, and he brought this onto himself. What more is there really to say? He really brought this onto himself, and I can't wait to make a bunch of views utilizing his name, particularly piggybacking off of this moral posturing bullshit, and get all of these views, which is probably not going to happen because the algorithm works with highly trending topics, and this isn't really that big of a deal.